Hey, this is Brian Henderson with Wash-Dry-Fold POS. So let's say that you have enabled our brand new Alliance Laundry Systems API integration with your Speed Queen Insights system or your Huebsch Command system because you have their new line of touchscreen washers and dryers in your laundromat. And let's say that you wanted your customers, your self-service customers, to be able to pay at the register in order to enable payment for the washers and dryers. Say if they didn't want to use the Speed Queen Insights app on their smartphone or the Huebsch Command app on their smartphone. And say if you didn't have the kiosk that's provided by Alliance for such a purpose, you could use your Wash-Dry-Fold POS system as kind of a backup kiosk for payments for self-serve customers in this case. So let's go through a demonstration, and then we'll go through how did we set that up and enable it. I'll go to New Sale, and I'll continue without a customer, and I'll just navigate to the item I created for this purpose. In this example, I named it Machine Start, and it's a special type of item that tells the software to show the washers and dryers. Now, you'll want your customer to load the machines ahead of time and select all the cycle settings that they want on their washers, or tell you how many minutes they want on the dryers. Because when we select a machine, for example, washer number 12 here, as soon as I selected it, it fetched the current price that's being displayed on that machine at this moment. And so let's say they had two machines, washer number 14. You can see here how it then fetched the price from that much larger washer as well. We'll say confirm, and then once we go to the payment screen and collect payment from the customer, upon successful payment for this order, those start commands will actually be sent to the machines. Let's cancel out of this, and I'm going to take you to the inventory page to show you how I created that machine start item. Your inventory page is a password protected page. Of course, you only want management or admins being able to access this. And down here in the other department, I have my machine start item. The way I did this is I clicked New Item, and then I gave it a name. In this case, it was Machine Start. You'll choose which department you want to put it into. And again, remember that you can create any department name that you want. These are just ways of you categorizing your sales the way you want on your reports. For lack of a better name, I just put it into the department called Other. I want to select Treat Item as Retail Item, because it's not something that I want populating the order tracker screen, for example. So we'll just say retail item. I give it a price of $0 because of this API integration. It will fetch the right price from the machines that's needed to start them. So we don't really need an actual starting price right here. And then one last very important part is we need to check mark machine start item. And so this is the magic part where if you have your API credentials entered into your store settings, this will pair this up with that connection to your Speed Queen Insights or Huebsch Command system. And for my purposes, I don't prefer to have a customer's name on the receipt for self-serve customers. Really, just for drop-off laundry orders, I would require customer name to be sold. So those are all the settings. That's all that's needed to enable it. And then I would click Save. I've already done that. I already have an item here called Machine Start. So that's one part of it on the inventory page. But before we even do that, we also need to go to Manage Equipment. Again, this is one of those password protected pages. And here on the left, we can see Machine Start Integration, where we would choose the Alliance Laundry Systems integration. We would enter our API keys, and then we would match up our existing washers and dryers in the Wash-Dry-Fold POS system with the Alliance numbers. They have their own numbering system for things, and so you just match them up like that. And that's all that's required. So you enter API keys, you create an inventory item that's a machine start item, and then you can ring up sales. Let's say, for example, if you wanted attendants to be able to walk around the store and receive payments from customers rather than having to come all the way back to the register. How does this look on a mobile phone or a tablet? So here's a demonstration of what it looks like if you're an attendant who's out on the sales floor and you wish to receive payment from customers for your Speed Queen Insights or Huebsch Command system, and you're currently signed in to Wash-Dry-Fold POS on a smartphone or a tablet. You could go to Register, put in your unique PIN. You would say New Sale, continue without customer. You would choose this item. You would select which machines you wish to start. Remember, have the customer load the machines first and choose the settings they want. because when we select it on this screen here, it actually will pull the current pricing from the machine as it is currently set, and we'll say confirm. And then here on the payment screen, we could select that, and then we could enter their payment method, cash, if they handed you one of these bills, or you could type in the exact dollar amount. If they're paying with credit card, when you click credit card, it'll actually activate the credit card terminal in your store, and you could receive payment that way. And that's all there is to it. Once you receive payment successfully, that will close the ticket and send the start command to those machines, and the customer just has to press start on the washers or dryers to get them going.